Two.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Coach's Corner. This is sports co-editor Jack Fletcher sitting here with the two swim coaches, Coach Abrams and Coach Huggins. So we're going to go ahead and start talking real quick. Let's start off with the county championships, one for the 16th straight year. So tell me about that meet. How did it go?
Very stressful the whole time. It was a little strange because we were at Kedron, and in the past, for me, 2 years for swimming, we've been at YMCA. And so at Kedron, we practiced there a lot, and so it kind of felt like a regular meet. You know, at the beginning, I was like, it didn't really feel like county. But towards the end, when the numbers started getting, crunched down and getting time to where it's come to the end, that's when you really felt the nerves. But it was pretty good, though.
Yeah, the kids were excited. It was kind of a disappointment that it was Kedron because that's practice and it's not as big a deal. They didn't allow as many spectators in, but the kids were real serious about it. They know this is the big meet, and they don't want to be the first team that loses it after Starsville having it for 16 years. So we have a great group of seniors, and we wanted to do well for them, let them go out on a high note.
Now that's kind of a great motivational factor, 16 straight years. How do you deal with that? Because that can kind of be a distraction at the same time as it's motivation. So do you talk to the swimmers about that at all?
I think they talk about it amongst themselves more than us. The younger kids, the newer swimmers, I don't think they realize it until they start telling them. I hear the older kids tell them about it, but we do kind of remind them every once in a while. They don't want to lose it,
Yeah.
So how did the teams do? Now, I know that one of them was close. I can't remember off the top of my head which one was the closest one, but one of them came down to the wire.
For boys, which we actually unfortunately got second, but we were only a difference of 20. So that really wasn't, that was a lot closer than I thought actually. And that's with one of our A relays disqualifying. So we lost some points there. So it could even be even closer. But for the guys, it's about 20 points. And then for the girls, looking at it, there was about a difference of 50 or 60 points. So there was a lot bigger margin between the girls.
So it evened out in one region.
Yep.
Now we're moving on to state. Is the preparation for state any different than a regular meet?
State meet is much more about individual swimmers. Everything we've been doing all season is about our team, about, just like in this meet, they always have a girls winner, a boys winner, but it's always the team score that crowns the champion, so to speak. And but state meet, we have a fairly small team. Even though we're a fairly big high school, we still have a pretty small state team, so it's hard for us to battle for first and second in the state. So the kids really focus on their individual events. And so it's more about them doing well. I mean, yes, it goes towards our team, but at the same time, it is much more individual swimmer focused.
Now, speaking of individual swimmers, who do you think has really kind of surprised you? Maybe not surprised per se, but who has done really well this season in terms of individual swimmers?
You have a girl in mind?
We have a freshman named Allison Finney. Allison has an older sister, Sarah, who's a senior on the team, and Allison's mom kept telling us that she would be coming up, and Allison she's a freshman and is just a phenomenal swimmer. We didn't expect anything less, but she has some maturity, very similar to the way Donna swam when Donna Blom was a freshman. Donna was a two-time state individual champion last year, and then we won the state relay that she was on. Allison definitely has great potential. It'll be exciting to see what she does over the next 3 years. And we've had a couple of kids who really haven't been that involved. Donna and Allison are year-round swimmers, but we have some kids that have swam really, competitively as opposed to neighborhood swim teams for about, and they haven't been doing that, and they've done really well too. So we're excited. The girls have a lot of really good talent coming up in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and for boys, not necessarily surprised, but we have this one swimmer named Luke Presley who came through and got a state time as a freshman in the 100 breast, and he came really strong in the end at county, where he really dropped some times and really pushed. He pushed a senior in the breaststroke. I can't remember the senior's name, Malik, I think, but who was supposed to be the favorite of the event, supposed to win it easily, and Luke here, a freshman, going against this big senior, pushes him. He only beats him by like a second or so, and pushed him the whole way. And I overheard Malik come out of the pool and say that was the hardest breaststroke I ever had to swim. And so Luke really showed up at County.
Now, one of you mentioned that you have a really great senior class this year. So how have they kind of helped this swim team get to where they are today?
We have, in years past, we've had Coach Abrams and I, 2 community coaches, and a couple of managers. This year we don't have community coaches, and the manager that we thought we were going to have ended up not being able to work with us. So really it's just been the 2 of us as opposed to a staff of 6. And the seniors have really stepped up. We've got 3 senior captains, and then Connor Gata is a junior, but he's one of our captains as well. And those 4 have stepped up. And then the other seniors who aren't necessarily in the captain's role have really taken on a leadership position, pushing the kids, encouraging the kids. And so it's been nice for us, and sometimes they fuss at the kids so we don't have to occasionally.
Is there anybody that you want to say individually, name drop a little bit?
I mean, Tim M is one of our captains, and he's really one of the backbones of the team. He's always, first in the pool. He's working hard for himself, but he will sometimes, if he has to break off from his swimming in order to help maybe another swimmer with their stroke, or get some people in line maybe goofing around, he goes beyond and maybe sometimes take away from his swim time. It hurts him individually, but as a whole, he really keeps our kids in line and really gets us going, and especially getting our confidence up and getting us ready and geared up for the county meet and stuff.
He's a really nice young man, and the kids like him and they look up to him. And honestly, we're in practice, and I'm not sure about an interval on some of our sets, and Tim will look at me and say, "No, coach." But he gives us a lot of technical advice that we just don't have. So not that the other kids, the other seniors, the other captains aren't great, but Tim has definitely stepped up this year. And I can't imagine us next year without him.
Now, Tim's actually thinking about going and swimming in college, isn't he?
He would love to have an opportunity to swim in college. He's looking at some smaller schools, and I hope he gets that chance. He needs the chance to continue on.
I think that's a great opportunity for him. I know that he does a lot to help out with the team. I know him personally in a few of my classes, which is good to hear about him. Now, looking ahead to state next weekend.
Yes, first weekend in February.
And you said it's more based around the individual performances. So who's going to really have to step up to kind of help get some good placing?
Donna and Kylie Bowmill and Allison are all going to be swimming some individual events. We have all 3 of our girls relays have qualified, and honestly, in the relays, it's everybody. It's a good start. It's a good turn. Last year, we are the defending state champs in the girls 400 free relay. And we want to bring that, we want to keep that. One of our seniors graduated, so Allison Finney, our freshman's going to be swimming it this year. Our 200 free relay did great last year. We've got Sarah Pennell, who's one of our seniors, is going to be swimming with Allison, Donna, and Kylie. So it's just everybody comes. There's an atmosphere at state meet that the adrenaline. They're wearing their tech suits, and I think it'll be good. I think our girls will do well, as well our boys as well.
Yeah, boys-wise, Junhan Lee, we'll expect a lot from him from the fly and the 200 IM. Nick Palmer, I'm really excited to watch him swim in the 500. He came, I believe, 2nd place last year, and with a strong push this year, he might be a state champion. So I'm really looking forward to watching him swim. And then all 3 of our guys' relays have qualified, so we're looking good there. I'll probably look to see about getting a good 200 and 400 free relay going, and see how we do at state there. So.
All right, coaches. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. This was our first time doing 2 coaches at one time, so I think it went pretty well. Thank you for joining us, and see you again next week.